Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Chow back at it again with the PokeMMO Nuzlocke. We actually had some fairly positive turnout in the last episode. Carpiana and Wiggles still going strong. We added 3 new members to the team. Let's make a slight edit here just so that that way we know. Scree unfortunately is a zombie, so no use in battle. Only here for cut since none of the rest of the team can learn it. The reason why we went off here is we needed an expansion to the team going into Surge, as I don't want Wiggles to have to try to solo that. So we're gonna make our way back now to Surge, and I'm hoping that Carpiana can, maybe have some clutch moments. Wiggles will most definitely be the hard carry here. Not going to lie there. So I should probably be swap training Cobra rather than Moab, just simply due to the fact that we need somebody who's not taking double damage from Surge's abilities. So let's actually go back and hit the Pokemon Center real quick. We'll move Cobra to the front, and oops. Well, I guess Cobra's gonna take on this Voltorb real quick like. So let's just play it safe. We'll swap Wiggles in, because while it is 17v17, Ekans is not exactly the most powerful choice, shall we say. Oh, soundproof. That ability right there is the main reason why I decided it best to come through here, because guess Mewtwo's out in the wild again. But given that our primary ability on Wiggles is that echoed voice, there are quite a few Voltorb in Surge's gym, and it just would not be a pleasant experience to, So there actually are some abilities here that I may consider teaching to my mons. So Mega Drain may actually not be a bad choice to throw onto bats. Although I should probably hold off for a grass type on that one, now that I think about it. Okay, so let's just make our way back to Surge. Got Geodude lined up here. Job for that Cobra. Get that Intimidate off into another Intimidate from Carpiana. Interesting. be a lost turn. That's okay. And that should also get us another level on Carpiana. The hope is to not have to bring her into Surge's gym. However, you gotta do what you gotta do. Now we got Onyx. I'm thinking I can swap out the Cobra. He should be able to take one hit. Especially with that Intimidate. Or we'll take a miss. That is also an okay solution. Because now we'll get that double Intimidate off. And even if Onyx does end up hitting Carpiana, it shouldn't hurt that bad. We're going for another dig. Okay. I guess we'll waste a turn with Twister. Let this play out the same way the last one did. And then Waterfall's absolute decimation of this Onyx. Too easy. Oh, wow, that didn't ding Cobra? Okay. Figured it would. When does Ekans evolve into Arbok? 22? I feel like we addressed this in the previous installment, but to be honest, I don't remember. Okay, this one I am... Or no, crap, it wasn't this one, it was that one. The double B-drill is some pretty fat XP. But it's fine. We can... I mean, I'm already here. I can go ahead and take this one out. So we got Growlithe coming out first. That's fine. Go ahead and Intimidate. Swap out to Carpiana once again. Get that double Intimidate. I think the biggest killer in our last episode, looking back, the weather definitely had a part to play in it, because rain increases the accuracy of thunder significantly, and that was something I was unaware of, so I am most definitely at fault for that one. However, knowing that moving forward, Dragon Breath out of this Charmander. Okay. Well, taste the waterfall. Nice. Alright. And Cobra did take a little bit of a hit, so let's chuck one of these pots onto him. I'm only gonna use one, leave him with like 3 health missing. So we got a B-drill here, or 2 B-drill. So should be pretty easy, like 600 XP for each. And then, of course, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just gonna waterfall spam. Oh, yeah, 700 apiece. Easy money. Easy money. Oh, we got a pursuit coming in. Getting hit with that double Intimidate. This Fury attack should do all, yeah, 3 damage out of a 3 hit. And of course, kapow. head through the grass. What is up, Venonat? You would have been a nice addition to the team. Definitely better than having 2 flying types. But, you know, what's done is done. Oh, too easy. Hopefully we can get this kind of luck with flinches on our waterfalls in the event that Carbiana needs to hit the field. That is kind of the big scary, like, I suppose, worry. Because, well, I suppose we could, because my flyers, like, they will definitely come in handy once we get to Erica. Having that flying type coverage against the grass will be very nice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually re-challenge Nugget Bridge with Cobra in the forefront. That way he can get a good chunk of XP and he shouldn't have to swap out given the levels of the mons we'll be facing. Just this way we can get him some fat XP without having to do the swap. You know, 10,000 times. Oh yeah, only hitting for a couple damage. 2-shotting these guys, they're still giving a little over 100 XP for the first forms, I would imagine. Give them 155 for the evolved forms. So. Pretty good, pretty good. Let me just check. Base stats. Okay, so physical attack is about half again what special attack is on this guy. So yeah, we're gonna re-challenge Nugget Bridge, and maybe I can not stutter all the way through my sentences. That'd be great. We're gonna re-challenge the Nugget Bridge so that we can get Cobra some fat XP. Hopefully, by re-challenging these trainers outside of the rock-type trainers, we should be able to get Cobra to evolve into a nice Arbok. In which case, he'll be able to live up to his namesake. But there's nothing here that should be able to hit us too hard, given his pure poison typing. So that's kind of the big reason why I chose Nugget Bridge as his primary training location, because correct me if I'm wrong, but the only weaknesses that poison has in Generation 1 are Psychic and Ground. I don't think there's anything else to really like worry about with a poison type. And of course, if I'm mistaken, I highly encourage like people to correct me on any mistakes, because after all, I am human as well. There's a Sandshrew right there. Still shouldn't be any issue given the level gap, but if it does hit me for something pretty rough, then I can easily swap. Or it's going to hit with a magnitude 9 and scare me half to death. Hey Carpiana, this one's calling your name. And this is why we carry potions, due to this very reason here. Carpiana should be able to handle the rest of this, no issue. Well, there's no should about it. Carpiana's going to be able to handle it. Alright, So, let's chuck a couple pots on Cobra, get him healed up, and keep this ball rolling. I keep forgetting they're not going to auto-challenge because I've already beaten him once. I also have not gotten near as much XP on Cobra as what I thought I was going to. So that's a little concerning, but we should still hit the 20s. This trainer should push us into the 20s. If not, it'll get us pretty darn close. Oh, yeah. See, there's the flinch. That's what we need more of. Speeds up the run because we don't have to wait for their move animation. Makes it a lot less, you know, anxiety-inducing, shall we say, on us because we don't have to worry. Oh, is it gonna crit? Is it gonna kill us? Just so many factors you don't have to really worry about. Mankey, fighting type. We may end up having to swap here because Cobra's only type coverage is dark. And I don't think this is gonna hit for much. Yeah, just to be on the safe side, let's, because one more seismic toss does kill anyway. So let's go ahead and swap in Wiggles. We haven't shown her any love today. The little bit of love we were able to show her was very short-lived. Seismic Toss normally would be unfortunate, but since it is scaled directly off of the opponent's level, the fighting type really doesn't matter. It could definitely be one of those typeless moves, and it wouldn't really matter. To be honest, I don't even really know why it has a type assigned to it, other than just for flair, because like the fighting type, it can't utilize stab. Nothing's immune to fighting. One of those things you never really think about until it comes up in conversation. Let's see. So, let's go ahead. I know I said I was going to hold on to this for a grass type, but... well, actually. Which of these moves can we learn? So I could do takedown on Cobra, but I don't really like the idea of using moves that can potentially... well, that's another dark type. So yeah, it's looking like Mega Drain's our only option. So we'll go ahead and use it on Cobra, even though like it's not the ideal move. But this way, if there's something that is resistant to dark, well, nah, I'll hold on to it. I do need to get a second attacking move onto Cobra. That's a different type, though. So what do we have as far as options go? I guess takedown, maybe submission? No, I guess takedown is our only option, so. We'll just replace... we want to keep Glare. Want to keep Haze, too. I think Screech is the one that's going. I really don't like the idea of putting a recoil move on there, but it's our only option to avoid having the single type coverage. When does Cobra learn a stab move, actually? Or does Cobra learn a stab move? It's Poison Jab at 24. See, so I'll probably get done with this trainer, and then I'll start heading towards Surge, and I'll just re-challenge any trainers between me and him. I think that's the play. So, I don't think... I don't remember what I was trying to say. It probably wasn't important. So, what I am definitely thinking, given that we are not planning on using bats until it's at the very least a Golbat, preferably even a Crobat, but I know you have to, like, you know, put in effort and physically, like, build up that friendship. I don't know. Bats or Moab? I think Moab. Endgame, I would much rather have a Crobat than a Fearow. So I think by keeping Moab on the team, at the very least, she could be a sacrifice. For a more, like, key member of the team. That was a beautiful one-shot Cobra. I love it. Alright. Into the daycare we go. Yes. Would you hold on to bats for me? I'll be back probably... I'll have to look into, like, what the process is as far as, like, how it goes about deciding how much XP to do. It's probably based on your steps. That's how most things are in this game. So, let's go ahead and heal up, and get back to the old grind, going at the bug man here. I don't think there's anything here that's really too bothersome for Cobra. Bug bite shouldn't do much at all. Yeah, there's a decent chunk of XP from our first stage. You should, at least the first two should be 2 shots. The third one, oh yeah, they'll all be 2 shots. Or if I could get a crit, even a 1 shot. Bear with me just a sec, I'm going to step away real quick. Sorry about that, folks. Back at it here. So we got the Squirtle first. I believe you're level 20? Yeah. So this is where it could get a little bit scary. We'll see what one hit does. I probably should have gone in with full health, in all fairness. Yeah, Water Pulse. See what that does. Okay. And we're down. Let's go ahead and top up Cobra, and then we'll these last couple trainers knocked out. And then I think we're going to keep this installment kind of short. Just kind of a little bit of progression, if that makes sense. This Butterfree could pose a bit of a threat, so I'm not going to beat around the bush. I am probably not even going to try to fight with it. Not with Cobra, because Butterfree does have access to psychic moves. Yeah. Example. And that could very well have been the death of Cobra. Psybeam is definitely not one of the harder hitting psychic moves, but it hits hard enough to worry. Do believe this actually does warrant a super potion though onto Wiggles, so that's both exciting and terrifying at the same time, I suppose. Just got 2 more trainers to take care of. That should get us to an Arbok. Alright. Okay, so Bite's going to be a 2-shot. Surge's ace is level 27. So while Carpiana is a solid level for going in there, my big stress is she is quad weak to electric type moves. To be honest, we don't really have the ideal team that we want, as 2 of his mons do know fighting type moves as well, which is far from ideal. Also, 2 of his mons know self-destruct. I doubt they would use them, but this could potentially be a scary encounter, given that a gym leader's Pokemon knows self-destruct. But here's that nice evolution from a small little snake to one rather thick cobra. And here we're going to pick up Crunch, which is a solid move. Truth be told, I wasted that takedown TM. But it's a move I would prefer not to use on a Nuzlocke anyway, just due to the recoil. The reason why we want to keep Bite and Crunch is there are some scary situations where we know Crunch won't. Let's reject. There are some scary situations where we know for a fact that a Crunch won't kill, but we're pretty low. So what we would do there is we would Bite and hope for the flinch. We still have Intimidate, which is nice. We did get a pretty hefty bump to our physical attack, as well as our beefiness increased. So Cobra is a pretty solid contender now. The beefiness we get from the nature as well should prove quite useful in the gym. Let's kind of go in there and test the water, so to speak. You know what? Let's, just for the sake of argument, just in case this goes horribly, let's go ahead and box Moab. That way, in the event of a wipe, for whatever odd reason, we've at least got someone we can fall back on. So we've got Moab in the box in the PC, and we got Bats in the daycare. They would both be absolutely horrendous to have to fall back on for this gym. However, at least it would be an option. We could power level them. They could absolutely sweep. Dang, it's unfortunate. So yeah, the play here most definitely is swap train Cobra into Wiggles until Wiggles is about 28, and then I'll bounce between Carpiana and Wiggles until we get Cobra up to that like 28-ish point. But of course we want Cobra to lead the charge on their own, when and where possible. The big downside to taking Crunch that I didn't really think about until just now is we are back to not having a stab move, or not a stab move, but a dual type coverage. Hopefully that doesn't prove to be an issue. Let me check just out of curiosity. When does Arbok learn moves? Yeah, so we should have waited till 24. Because now we won't get Poison Jab until 28. So that was a minor mistake on my part. However, 28 is what we're gunning for anyway, so it should be fine. Oh, this is about to hurt. There's no reason at this level Poliwag should know Hydro Pump. I'm convinced that Gamer Hugo do be using a Game Shark. Alright, Magneton. Oh no. Mistakes may have been made, guys. Go ahead and swap out to Wiggles. Seriously. Okay. This is mildly terrifying, but this is also why we carry potions. We're just going to be using quite a few of them, that's all. Okay, and then I think the play here is just to use Water Gun. That broke through Sturdy. Hopefully it uses Sonic Boom again. Cool. That was not a pleasant experience. Let me just throw that out there. I'm actually heading to the Pokemon Center for that one. I don't want to soak up that many potions. Beauty of a Nuzlocke. Sometimes crap like that happens. You know what? Let's just go for the Gusto. See how it goes. put Wiggles out front. We won't actually challenge the gym leader yet. Just because I know we're not ready in that regard. But let's at least challenge the 3 trainers prior, see how that goes. This one here should have Pikachu and I believe a Magnemite. Pikachu outspeeds, but Echoed Voice. Okay, Double Kick doesn't hurt that bad. Echoed Voice should, yeah. Being outsped does definitely suck. A lot of these mons will know fighting type moves. That was kind of one stress that I had. Oh, Elekid is the other one. Interesting. I'll say should be a one-shot. Yeah, my big concern is the wide array of fighting type moves that most likely will be utilized in this specific area. None of these items really benefit us, except let's do it again with style. I want, since Wiggles is going to be leading the charge, I want Wiggles to be over-leveled. Because I don't... The only real threat on the team for Surge is... well, there are 2. There's the Magnemite, which has the Steel typing, which makes Echoed Voice not do that great. But if he doesn't lead with that, then we should get enough stacks on Echoed Voice to be able to, like, you know, should be able to do fine. The second threat is, of course, the Ace. Raichu is a menace if you're not prepared. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. Like, Echoed Voice should be totally fine against Magnemite. What's the ability? I believe his Magnemite has a Sturdy as the ability, so that will kind of impede us a little bit. The hope is that you know. Oh, bollocks. I forgot to heal up Wiggles for this guy, which could pose an issue. Level 25 Pika, Double Kick shouldn't Oko. Unless it crits. Okay, we're good. We're actually going to swap out to Cobra. Risky move, I know. Shockwave, it's gonna hurt, but it shouldn't kill. Yeah. And then Crunch should, yeah. It did exactly what I thought it was going to. So we got a bit more XP for Wiggles. That should, yeah, give us a ding for Cobra. Let's go back out into the field now that we've taken down the gym trainers. Because I do not want to challenge Surge until Wiggles is about 30. Just because with Wiggles being the hard carry, ideally I don't want any of my Pokemon to be lower than any of his. His lowest level Pokemon is 25, being a 3-way tie between his Elekid, Voltorb, and Magnemite. Raichu, I believe, was 27 or 28. So let's take them on one by one. Swap out where we got to. So we need to get 2 more levels on Cobra, 2 more levels on Wiggles. Nidorino should honestly do what we need it to here. It'll get us 1 more level on Wiggles. Oh, wow. Survived one. Surprising. Wow. Probably just challenge the rest of this field and then go in, honestly. It's okay if Cobra's a little underleveled. We'll probably just lead with... do we lead with Cobra? You kind of want to lead with someone strong. So... do we risk losing Carpiana? See, we don't really have an ideal lead. Not with our current level spread. That's kind of where I'm at with the whole ordeal. Because I don't know that Wiggles can one-shot Surge like she did with Misty. This one is one that has... oh, never mind. I almost said something incorrect. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Echoed voice spam. This hit might hurt. Just a little bit. Never mind. See, just the sheer health bar on Wiggles. If we had leftovers, Wiggles would be like golden. The item she is holding right now is pretty solid. Don't get me wrong. But if we had leftovers, I feel like Wiggles would just be an absolutely unstoppable force, even beyond what she already is. You know, I could be wrong. But I don't like to think I am. We'll just use 1 since we're running low on the small potions. This one has Voltorb Magnemite. Correct? Incorrect? I'm not sure. Oh no, just a Magnemite. Let's see how it goes with the Echoed Voice spam. So this is actually a prime example, because this one's only 4 levels below what Surge's Magnemite would be. So realistically, this one took 2 Echoed Voices. Probably take that one down in 3, so maybe that's not nearly as big a threat as I was thinking. The big worry is if it ends up self-destructing, because he does have 2 potential self-destruct users, being his Magnemite and his Voltorb. So definitely something to worry about in that regard. I think... I should be able to do this, because that little bump should be enough to get Wiggles. These mons are using moves. They should not be able to use at this level. And what sucks is Burn also lowers your physical attack. If I'm remembering this correctly, and I'm also not getting my generations mixed up. Well, it's a good thing they missed, because that could have been a loss. Let's swap back to Wiggles. Apparently they've amped these guys up. I don't remember them having moves this high caliber. Like a Hydro Pump, Inferno. Well, it's a good thing I did swap, because Wiggles needed that little bump up anyway. I guess I probably could have just water gunned. But what can you do? What can you do? Now we got that beautiful round 30. Okay, so let's do we have a burn heal on us, or do we need to go back to the Pokemon Center? Okay, so we're heading to the Pokemon Center. Let's go ahead and swap Cobra to the front, because we got Wiggles where we want her. Yeah. I think we challenged the gym. We may take a loss, admittedly. But if we open up with Cobra, they may actually open up with Raichu. If that's the case, opens up with Voltorb. Okay. This is actually a good thing, because we know this Voltorb does not have soundproof. It has static, because I believe it was done this way to give people that that worry, or not that worry, that sense of security that it doesn't have another ability, because every Voltorb leading up to now only had soundproof as an ability. This one actually has static, which in a normal team, static would be an absolute, like, culture shock, because it's not an ability that's really used at all. Okay, so hold on, using Sturdy. Shockwave, this is gonna hurt. Raichu is gonna outspeed. That is something to consider. I don't think Elekid does. Okay, this is the one that scares me. I think, really, it went for a Shockwave over the double kick. That's surprising. Oh no. Unlucky with the crit. Terribly unlucky with the crit. Alright, Carbiana. Not gonna lie, that was an extremely unfortunate turn of events. All things considered, that could have gone better. Could have gone better. But of anyone on the team to lose, it's kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate to see Wiggles go. But she hard carried us through 2 gyms. She was an absolute unit. She can join Fred in the graveyard. I salute her. Absolute unit. Let's go ahead. So now we don't have that gym to worry about anymore. Let's go ahead and pull Moab out of the box. and then we'll check and see where Bats is at the daycare. Hopefully, Bats is moved up in the world a little bit. I'm thinking Cobra will be a nice addition to the team, a worthwhile sacrifice for Wiggles. So I don't think we took too heavy a loss with that. I feel like it was fated. Cobra was meant to join the team. Normal types just don't. I mean, outside of Snorlax, Cobra, or outside of normal types, or I'm having like a minor stroke or something. Outside of Snorlax, normal types don't really shine through that much in Gen 1. Eradicate's a solid early game. Wigglytuff has a really nice like mid to late game. But Snorlax absolutely wrecks in every moment possible. There's a reason he's a lot of people's favorite. He's not my favorite Mon, but my goodness, is he my favorite normal type. Let's see. Okay, so we've grown 2 levels in this time. We have to pay 1,000 per level plus the 1,000 holding. So I think we let the daycare man hold on to Bats for a minute. And I think it's a little earlier than I normally cut it off, but we're about the 1 hour mark. I think we are going to cut it off here. We beat Surge, took a bit of a loss. Wiggles, we salute thee. We got our boy Bats in the daycare. We got Carpiana leading the charge like she was always meant to. We got Cobra and Moab. And of course our zombie Scree. Got a pretty good setup, and it's only going to get better from here. But as far as tonight goes, you already know what it is. Leave a like, comment, let me know what you want me to do later on. Of course, drop that hot subscribe, share it on the socials, and I will catch you guys in the next one.